What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we got some big content for y'all. As you can see on the screen right now, we got Madden NFL 25. It's still in early access, so we got early content for you all. And as you can see on the screen, we got franchise up. Now, this is the thing I've done for, well, this is only the second time I've done it, but this is the Madden NFL 25 predicts the New Orleans Saints 2024 season. So we're going to take a look at the roster here. We're going to go to our lineup. We're going to look at the roster and see what all, we have working for us. So we got Chris Olave. I know it might be a little hard to see that, only because my face cam is blocking it. But we got Chris Olave, 86 overall star. And we're gonna go back. We got Chris Olave, Cedric Wilson, Equanimous St. Brown, Rashid Shaheed, A.T. Perry, Bub Means, Xander Worth at fullback, along with Taysom Hill, who's also at fullback, who I think I might just make a pure fullback. Who knows? We'll see. Derek Carr, quarterback. Spencer Rattler at backup. I think I'm gonna keep Derek Carr as the starter. I was gonna make some changes, but then I realized this is what Madden thinks, right? Not what I think. So, also along with that, I didn't get to pick where Justin Simmons went, and once you check the rosters page, and you go to the NFL, you can see that Justin Simmons is an Indianapolis Colt, which is kind of cool considering the fact that he is rumored to go there too. So Madden's, being kind of accurate this year so far. Now, we got some things that we need to do before we sim towards the end of the season. I don't think I'm gonna go in, mid-season and then playoffs, and we'll go from there. Now, as a fan, and not as gonna sound, my expectation for the Saints is somewhere between 5 and 10 wins. I think they could pull that out. It really just depends. If, the offense can look actually somewhat competent, something will come out of that. Defense looks amazing as always, so it could be anywhere from 7 wins to make the playoffs. However, I am going to put 7 wins because that's kind of the closest as to what's happened recently. So 7 wins is going to be the goal. And while we're at that, we're going to take a look at the defensive roster again, because I have my nitpicks about Madden ratings every now and then, but I would say that this pretty much almost got it right. Marshawn's a 91. You guys can't see that. He's a 91 X Factor. And I'm okay with that just because my
UKW. Feels good to be here. I haven't even had my first match.
I'm gonna act like that didn't happen. Okay. As you can see right now on the screen, we got some of the defense's ratings. Marshall Lattimore was 91. You guys can't see that because the face cam blocking it, but it's alright. 91 X Factor. I agree with that just because the fact that he missed some time last season and over the past couple of seasons. So I'd say that rating is fair. Debo's an 83 star, which we've only really seen one good season from him. So consistency is what we need to see before that rating goes higher. Cam Jordan's an 87 star. I think that's mostly off of past glory, just because he's not as good as he once was. And if I was to give him a rating based off of statistical performance and regression, it wouldn't be 87. So good on Madden for helping us out with that. Tomorrow's 92, Brian Busy's a 74 with the star dev, Chase Young's an 85 with the superstar dev, which I thought was pretty cool. Demario Davis is 92 with a X Factor. We got Kool-Aid at a 74. And then, among other things, Tyrann Matthew, yada yada yada. Special teams. Blake Grupe technically won the kicker battle in Madden. So that's how that worked. And then Lou Headley won the punter battle in Madden. So you have 2 kick returners, and the Saints kick returners are going to be Kool-Aid McKinstry and Ugo Amadi, mainly because of the role that Rashid Shaheed is going to play in the offense. Wide receiver 2, he doesn't need to be doing kick returns. We got someone else for that. So, without any further hold up, we're going to upgrade our players here real quick. And then we're just going to sim to mid-season, see where we stand. Let's do it. Alrighty, now here at mid-season, you could see the NFC standings by each division. And if you see in the bottom left, the New Orleans Saints are 4-3, leading the division over Tampa, who's 3-4, Carolina, who's 3-4, and Atlanta, who's 2-5. Great start. You gotta finish it out, gotta be better, just like Derek Carr says. We had some meetings, but I don't think I'm really gonna get into all that. However, we're gonna upgrade our players. Upgrade the players, boom. Everyone gets a lot of upgrades. And while we're here, we're gonna check the stats on the season. What is going right for the Saints? And it's obviously not Derek Carr. His first 8 games, this kind of sounds like 2023 stat line, except a ton more yards. Okay. 1,242 yards, 9 touchdowns, 5 picks, 64% completion percentage. Kind of looks like the 2023 stat line for him, I think. Jamal Williams with majority of the carries. I don't know if I like that. Maybe it's because of Kamara injury. We'll see. He had 224 yards and touchdown. Kamara has 172. No touchdowns. Derek Carr has 2 touchdowns, and he's averaging 4 yards per carry. And Kendrick Miller has over 4 yards per carry with 2 touchdowns. Cedric Wilson is the leading receiver with 27 catches and 431 yards. Chris Olave, 25 catches, 330 yards with a touchdown. Rashid Shaheed with 190 yards and touchdown. Juwan Johnson with 174 yards and touchdown. A.T. Perry with 3 catches, 33 yards and a touchdown. So, the rushing isn't particularly well. The passing isn't particularly well. Is there anything that's going super well? The sack leaders can't throw it at 5.5. That's decent for where we're at in the season. Colin Saunders, Brian Busy, Pete Werner, Chase Young, Carl Granderson all have their own share in the sack. Paulson Adebo with 1 pick, Kool-Aid with 1, Marshawn and then Tyrann with 1. Am I missing something? Why is this not going? Why are we 4-3 with fucking 14 touchdowns on the year? We have don't even average 2 touchdowns a game. Okay. Blake Grupe 5 for 7. Is there any kick returns? No? No kick returns? No punt returns? Okay. I'm starting to think that something's wrong with this sim, but either way, we're gonna go ahead and advance to the playoffs, and let's see if the Saints can finish out with a division win. Wow. In typical Saints fashion, start really well, end poorly. Tampa Bay, this is almost super accurate as to what I think could happen this season. Outside, oh my god. Okay. this is the type of record that you would, or this is the type of season that you would come up with if you were to do like every team schedule on paper and not how it's really gonna go. So it's like Saints go 8-9, however they lose the division to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. How fitting. Saints literally lose the division to the Bucs every time with literally damn near the same record. Last year, 9-8, lost the division. Year before, they went 8-9, and then the Saints went 7-10. But again, another year of shitty NFC South play, and one of these teams has to make playoffs, and the Bucs were the ones to do so. And wow, like everything else just looks so real, so kind of, you know, perfectly visioned, I guess. You know, the Giants are 0-17, which it doesn't even look like the Giants have a winnable game on their schedule. Just realized something funny while I was editing this back. If you look back on the video, you can see that not only did the Commanders finish 8-9 and miss the playoffs, but the Rams finished 8-9 and made the playoffs. So the Saints, you know, lose out on the playoffs in typical Saints fashion. Can't do it themselves. So it's like, are they wrong? Anyway, playoffs. I'll just move my camera around. Chiefs, Steelers, Dolphins, Jets, Jags, Bills. The 1 seed is the Ravens. 1 seed is Cowboys for the NFC. We got 49ers, Rams, Seahawks, Packers, Bucks, Eagles. Let me check something real quick. This is literally the exact same playoff from last season, except the Lions aren't here and the Seahawks are taking their place. I believe that's it. And then obviously, you know, switching up the seeds. And then same with the left side, except the Texans. And actually no, the left side, the AFC side is very different. But yeah, this is almost what happened last season to the very detailed. Anyway, moving on. We got the playoff bracket, and the real question is, how did the Saints do in terms of stats? So boom, Derek Carr, very, very bad year. 3,322 yards, 22 touchdowns, and 15 interceptions. 64% completion percentage. I'm sure that he did very well in certain Raiders fans' heads. We got Jamal Williams, 765 yards. He still had more carries than Alvin Kamara. Please help me understand that. Oh. That's why. Alvin Kamara was out with an MCL tear forever. Jamal Williams, 765 yards, 5 touchdowns. I guess that's good for being the backup coming in. Derek Carr, 271 yards, 3 touchdowns. Cool. Kendrick Miller, 54 carries, 165 yards, 4 touchdowns. Not bad. And Chris Olave, another 1,000-yard season. See Mike Evans? It's not that hard. Cedric Wilson, 928 yards. He stepped up big time. And 6 touchdowns. Jawan Johnson, 44 receptions, 494 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Rashid Shaheed, 46 catches, 484 yards, and 4 touchdowns. And Jamal Williams had a couple of catches and a touchdown. Taysom Hill, Alvin Kamara, everyone else included as well. Defense. Demario Davis had a pretty good season in terms of tackles. No sacks, a lot of pass deflections though, and a forced fumble. Any defensive touchdowns? We had 3. Paulson Adebo with 1, I believe it was a pick 6. It had to have been. Marshall Lattimore, who also probably was a pick six. And then Tyrann Mathieu, who probably was a pick six. Okay, so 3 pick sixes from the secondary. That's pretty damn good, and that's probably why we went 8-9 and not 4-13. But and this is my biggest fear for the Saints season: is you go 8-9, no playoffs, and now you're picking middle of the pack again, when you could have had either a playoff run or a top pick. See, this is my biggest fear with the Saints season. But in terms of sacks, Cam Jordan did pretty well. It's a bit of a bounce back season for him. Colin Sanders did really good for a defensive tackle. Chase Young, 4.5 sacks. I mean, that's a little bit of a disappointing season from a superstar dev. Brian Brzee, 3.5. Basically matching his rookie season. Willie Gay had 3, which is pretty cool considering he's an outside linebacker in a 4-3. Jonathan Abram, 1 sack. Pete Werner, 1 sack. Carl Granderson and Christian Boyd both had a half. So, not terrible from the defense, which, I mean, we all expected that. It amounted to nothing. It amounted to mediocre, which is, I believe, it's all of our biggest fears here in the Who Dat Nation, is being mediocre. Because you either want to suck for that top pick, or you want to make the playoffs. You don't want to be mediocre in our state, because, like, there's no way of getting better in that way. But either way, that's gonna be the video. Madden 25 predicts the New Orleans Saints season. Let me know what y'all think about this in the comments below. What do y'all think the record's gonna be? Yeah. See you guys soon.